Wow, that was a lovely show, Amal. Man. After dark, Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters on Cool FM. We're doing well. My Ugandan shrimp lobster. The only crayfish. Is that what I'm seeing? Is that a car key?
It is. Daddy Freeze, my boyfriend.
Which of your boyfriends?
The major one.
The major shareholder.
Yes.
Bought you a car. This is how your life has been delivered from Keke Marwa.
Amen.
From Okada.
All of it gone.
From Keke.
Gone.
From overhead bridge.
Yeah.
From pedestrian bridge. In short, from all pedestrian things.
But before it delivers me, can I some fuel, Daddy Freeze?
I should buy you fuel. The boyfriend that bought you the car, did he die when he finished buying the car?
Things are hard. Can you do everything?
You see, I've solved your problem now. AK Taxi. Just register with your car. And with only 36,000 naira every month. The first month is free, by the way. You will make enough money before you know it. You'll be the one buying all your boyfriend's cars, major and minor. Even as an agent, you can make money. Now, the beautiful thing about AK Taxi is no commissions at all. Once you've paid the 36,000 naira or the $100, as the case may be, at the beginning of the month, any money you make is yours.
Completely.
Unlike other taxi apps that charge you a commission of on every fare. And guess what? AK Taxi, people can still price it. Like for instance, if the app shows 1.5, me I can come and say it's 800 and a half. Hello, Ugandan beauty. Will you take 750? So let's do it. And guys, don't forget, AK Taxi is for real. Send an email now to info@ak-taxi.com or visit their website www.ak-taxi.com. On Instagram, it's AK Taxi app. And make sure you download on Android. It's available now. And very soon on iOS, it's AK Taxi. Remove yourself and your family from poverty with the revolutionary taxi app available for the future. Ugandan beauty queen.
Yeah.
Lump of East African goodness. Hey, there we die. Hi guys. Wave is now SendWave. As from the 14th of August, it will now be easier for the SendWave community to find us on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. Be rest assured, we are the exact same company, committed to providing no-fee instant transfers. The name is the only thing that's changing. No action is needed on your part to keep using the app as usual. And, of course, there's a Daddy Freeze promo. Initially, it was $5 or £5, but guess what? Right now, it's $10 if you're sending Wave from the US and £10, 10 British pounds if you're sending Wave from the UK. Send Wave, the easiest, safest, most reliable, and most rewarding money transfer straight from your phone to any bank account in Nigeria. Auntie Katy Perry. Killing the song. After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters, 21 minutes down 8 o'clock, and we're having all the fun in the world. Remember, you could get a hangout with Daddy Freeze, but no lobster. Just get a hangout with Daddy Freeze in Dubai. And you guys are going to have so much fun. It's going to be out of this world. You guys need to trust me, because you know I don't lie to you. We've got something for you. We need to go on a quick break and then come right back at you in a moment. And we'll be talking about one pastor. We hardly talk about pastors, so you guys will bear us today. One pastor that was talking about gospel musicians singing secular songs. Well, we play secular songs on the radio, so that's how it applies to us. And we're going to be talking about Pastor Chris and Davido, and their contribution to the music industry, secular and gospel, when we come back. So stay with us, don't touch it. Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. During the day, I'm a humble staff of Cool FM, and Cool FM brought me from where I was a copper when I joined in 2001 to the leader of a nation where I am today. Thank you very much, Cool FM. And to celebrate Cool FM this October, as Cool FM turns 21, we are going to Oman, Kenya, and Dubai. Yes, and you could be a part of this. All you need to do is call this number, 0808-262-2410. 0808-262-2410. You can pay in installments, like Nigerian man will say, instrumentally. Yes, come and hang out with me in Dubai, Oman, and Kenya. You need to be there. It's going to be an absolute blast. And you get the opportunity to sit down with me and argue with me. It's worth it. Wine Fimi. After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the lobsters, beautiful, beautiful lobsters, all the way from Port Harcourt. Yes, from Riverside.
Yes.
River Queen,
Pitaqua,
River Goddess,
my city.
We've got in Mami Water, lobster, and then all the way from Uganda, East Africa, cousin to Idi Amin Dada. We've got Amal Dada, formerly known as Amal No Cash Can See Me. Yes, all the way from Uganda. What is going on, world? It's After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters, and today we're talking about a certain comment. We're going to be taking phone calls today, so you guys better prepare yourselves. Load credit on your phone. How do you even go through life without credit? I remember, but I used to be like that before Nene. I will not lie. I remember I'll have 15 naira on my phone, and that 15 naira is my weekly ration. I was a flasher.
Right?
I could flash you a text message those days.
Like when you just those days it was like a phone with like the green screen, yeah? You would just say soup. As in one day Ulisa had to call me and it was like I saw 10 missed calls from you, but I didn't even hear the phone ring. I'm like, I'm sorry, I kept calling you. I said maybe you were wearing headphones. He said yeah, because he couldn't believe anyone would be so broke that you call him 10 times and 10 missed calls will appear on his phone and the phone will not even ring. I was a master.
Wow, but I never used to flash though.
Now, let me tell you, I bought GSM when GSM first came out in 2001. That is why my number is 08023.
Okay, yeah.
I did not buy Airtel or Zain. I bought Econet Wireless.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I still have the pack at home. Econet Wireless.
Wow.
That's what I bought. Now, you cannot initiate a call. For instance, a call from one network to the other. For instance, MTN to MTN or Econet to Econet was about 40 naira, while off-net calls, as in calls to other networks, about 50 naira. So if I had 50 naira and I called you and you picked it, and the least I could recharge then when it first came out was 1,000 naira. There was no 500 naira initially, it was 1,000 naira. So once I load that 1,000 naira, it's my weekly ration. So if I want to call anyone, what I'll do is I just flash them real quick.
Wow.
And that's how I'd use my call this time for about 2 weeks. It was now left with only 50 naira. Now, if that 50 naira went, I'd have to load 1,000 naira afresh. Imagine how annoying that would have been. That's how I went to flash one person that was just like me. Flasher. Flashers. Boom! The guy collected my 50 naira. That I did not strip naked and run with it.
No, but that's the thing. Master flashers and master catchers. Like,
yeah.
As they go. Hello?
Nobody used to flash me before. I would just pick your call. Now, here's what I used to do to people. I was very wicked. When they did that to me, I now went to devise a method. I now recorded, I took one phone.
What?
I called the other phone with it. I now recorded ringtone. Burr, burr, burr. Do you understand? I recorded ringtone as in the entire.
Why are you
ringtone.
so petty?
Now here's the thing. My phone would ring twice, then go to voicemail.
Yeah.
But the voicemail is still ringtone, so you'll be thinking that the phone is ringing. Meanwhile, it is collecting your money.
Oh.
Hey, Daddy Freeze. This is evil.
Then you just hear my laugh at the end of the day. Ha 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 ha. That's
Oh
what
my
my
God.
boss was now trying to call me one day. The phone was, and it was an emergency. The phone was ringing. He had ha 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 ha. 50 naira gone. He called me again by third one. I was lucky I had a job by the end of the day. So I had to remove that. No, you know those days we used to all record cute voice messages.
Yes.
When I was like me.
Yeah, a lot of Nigerians recorded the prayer, like in Port Harcourt. Like if you call a lot of people, you hear a particular pastor's voice
Pray for you.
praying. You have money, prosperity shall be.
Oh,
like,
it's true.
It was such a huge
Is
trend.
it not the pastor at the camp?
Hey.
I'm just asking.
Not him alone. Not him alone.
Everybody's late.
Everybody I met back there used to have pastor praying on there. How did that fade away?
Thankfully, I wasn't
don't
here,
know.
so I don't even know.
As in,
Man.
these days,
But we should get that.
We had
we have to
collaterals.
buy the voice.
Yes, you pay for it. I think it's one of
of
those.
course, ain't pastor gonna be paid for using his content? You can't use his content without giving.
I remember
him...
everyone used to have, hi, please call me back. Then my parents would never understand. Also say hello. When you're trying to listen to your voice, like your messages, you just hear hello. What's wrong with you?
All right, Bolariwa in the building,
Yep,
going
yep.
into the Beard Gang.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gets in there.
Big shout out to him.
And the married guy.
And Bolariwa is
yeah.
soon going to
Putting his
get married.
business out there,
I
guys.
wonder
Married
if he's
gang?
going to get married to Bolariwa, but you know I love him so much. He's my brother. Somebody's going to tolerate him.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Bolariwa,
In advance.
my condolence.
Eh?
Wow.
Daddy Freeze, you didn't say that.
All right,
the
guys.
opposite.
Whatever. All right, guys. We're going to today's topic. Mike Bamiloye begged secular musicians that started from the church. Okay? Now, we all know this. I'm trying to load it up so I can talk about it. He was begging secular musicians that started from the church to keep their music kind of clean. I don't know if you're talking about. First of all, before we go any further, before I even read the story, what's your take, guys?
First of all, I think he's begging every musician because every musician started from church. Every musician that you interview tells you they started from the choir. So basically, all musicians. And I don't know.
He wants them back.
Come back to do
What exactly
They
did you
should leave
say?
the-
That they should keep their songs clean, like the lyrics, the content, what?
Are you? This is going
He
to
doesn't
sound
want the
rude coming
worldly
from- but if you're
music.
not
According to
funding
him,
them,
he
you have
said
no right
it's
to tell them
worldly
what to
music,
do.
so they should not.
No, what do you mean if
Sing.
you're not funding them, you don't have any right to tell
I
them
mean,
what
if you're
to
not,
do?
if you don't,
We don't fund them either, but we tell them to try and make
do
good
they
music.
listen to you?
Yeah.
All right,
It's not like they're
listen
gonna
to
listen to
this.
him
Listen
either.
to this. This is what Mike Bamiloye had to say. All of you gifted and talented in music, acting, instruments, whom the Lord raised from inside the church to be useful for him, but have abandoned the Lord who raised you and have begun to sing for the clubs and the world, I plead with you to come back to your source. How can you receive a gift from the Lord and hand it over to the devil?
Wow.
Like, oh my God.
I don't know why they paint clubs in a very.
Okay. Those of you whom Christ has given the gift of music, acting, and instruments, but have left Christ to use the gifts in the world because you said church has not paid you well, you have no reasons whatever to leave Jesus Christ to use your gift for the world. It was not church that gave you the gift, it was Jesus. And it's not the church who will give account of stewardship to, but Jesus.
Exactly. So why am I being asked to come back to the church?
I don't even know where to
church?
start with this.
I mean,
gentleman
it would
from-
be nice to see Wizkid go back to church and be like, sing like a chorus.
As a chorus
But they don't appreciate the people in the church until the people of the until the people
Hold
go
on,
out.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Here's my first point. What is Nigeria's main export now?
Music.
Music. Yeah,
As a
music.
country, apart from crude oil,
Okay.
one of the only things we're exporting to the world is entertainment
Entertainment.
Yeah.
and church.
Put
Yeah.
that in.
So, would it make logical and economical sense to tell those who are representing us globally not to, because some gentleman has an idea, whatever? Now, secondly, here's the thing. Bob Marley might not have been a gospel musician, but his music carried the truth of the gospel more than most gospel musicians you have. Many of the gospel musicians you have that are in the church today are singing secular music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's secular music.
Yeah,
If you
it's
get on the
true.
stage and say, God is going to bless you, God's going to give you money, God's going to give you money, I pray to God for money. Jesus Christ, that is, he never prayed for
I don't
money
know.
for anybody.
I don't know any gospel artist that is singing Money.
I do.
Oh.
Really?
They are full day.
Plenty, even the famous one.
Yeah, you don't Google,
They first begin with that. They first begin, hey, if you must know,
No, but
God,
they
you
sing
didn't wake up
about
in a
sing about
mortuary.
salvation.
How many people sing about salvation? When was the last time you heard
the
mention the
ones I
salvation
listen
song?
to, right?
Not
Mention the
Hillsong,
salvation
dear.
song.
We're talking about
The only person that even tries self.
And I mean, it's the gospel artists that I listen to. I mean, they all sing about worshiping God, adoration. Just praising
ones that
God.
have been-
generally.
the
I don't know about the ones.
I
singing
think you're talking
money,
about
money.
Hillsong.
That's exactly.
Okay.
Because the ones that
I said bring it home.
The ones
bring it
I
home.
know, seriously.
The ones I
start by
know,
singing
they
about
are
Which
more
one?
secular. They're more worldly. You see, first of all, you have to understand what the world really is. The world is not a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember the word Christ said in the scriptures. I shouldn't be quoting scriptures during the week, but Christ said, "If the world hates you, I'll show you this in the scriptures." Sorry, guys. If the world hates you, let's remember who the world was. What hated him so much that the world nailed him
to the
cross. So here's Christ speaking in John chapter 15 and 18. He says, "If the world hates you, remember that it hated me first." So who hated Christ? Who nailed him to the cross? Was it the nightclub?
No.
You know who it was?
Who?
Religion. The Pharisees and the
Yeah.
scribes.
Yeah, the scripture.
no one else
Pharisees.
was
I
literally
can
them.
show you this very clearly.
Yeah, the
in
one
the
who
palace
doesn't know
of
that.
Caiaphas. You could just put this to Google. The scripture will come up. In the palace of Caiaphas. Who was Caiaphas? Caiaphas was the chief priest. So the world is not a nightclub. We got that twisted so many times. Just go to Matthew chapter 26. At the same time, the leading priests and elders were meeting at the residence of Caiaphas. New International Version said at the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas. Matthew 26:3. And if you read the very next verse, it explains that they gathered to conspire to kill Christ. So who hated him? If Christ said the world hated him, it was religion that hated him.
Yeah.
So if you have a church that's preaching religion, it is more worldly, especially if that church is preaching the message of the Pharisees, which is an Old Testament message of you must bring this or else God will not answer your prayer. You must bring. So if he had understanding of what he was saying, which I believe he doesn't, he wouldn't say the world is the nightclub. The world is not the nightclub. Christ partied. Remember when he went to the wedding in Cana? He turned water to wine. He went with some good booze.
Yeah, he partied,
And
but he
partied.
didn't go to the nightclub.
There were no nightclubs.
There were no nightclubs then.
There were no nightclubs. You see,
Yeah, but in the wedding he attended, in the wedding that Christ attended, it's not like what we have in the nightclub. So if we say there are no nightclubs,
What do you have in the nightclub?
Music.
Give me an example. Music. Okay.
Dance.
I wouldn't go to a
Drinks.
I wouldn't go. No, I
No?
wouldn't go to a. We really don't want to talk about nakedness here. Because you remember when God created Adam and Eve? The concept of covering is not a concept. We're not going to talk about that here. What I want to talk about is the nightclub. I go to the nightclub, and I don't see myself as sinful or worldly.
Yeah.
I haven't been this year, but you've seen me. There was once my good friend and brother who doesn't let me drive his Ferrari. Mark, 'cause imagine I showed up with a Ferrari that day. I'm gonna call him out. There was a time we went to hang out, and it was fun and it was nice. There were no naked women around me. People came there naked. People go to the beach naked.
would he be at any of the nightclubs? Would he go to any of the nightclubs?
I'm going to give you something. While you guys are talking, eyes are talking, you see, there has been a deliberate attempt to make the nightclubs look bad.
Yeah.
Now, what happens in a nightclub? You can go to a nightclub and not sin, and you can sit in your house
Oh yes,
and
definitely.
sin.
Yes.
I wish we could. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Sit in your house and
And
not
sin. You can
And
sit in your
sin.
house and sin. Now, the problem we have as human beings is we tend to look at public sin different from private sin,
Yeah.
and tend to put more devalue on public sin, whereas sin is sin, whether public or private.
Yeah.
Now, from the way Christ was, he partied with his ate and drank with the, listen to this, the scriptures are very clear. They said he ate and drank with the publicans and sinners, and that's why they called him a drunk and a glutton. The scriptures clearly uses the word drunk across translation. Now, what would it, for them to suggest you are a drunk, is either they're always seeing you with alcohol or in the presence of drunken people, or you don't know what drunk is. Drunk is not all of us sitting down in a place and drinking. Drunk comes with loud music, drunk comes with a lot of noise, blah 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 blah. He never said he was a drunk, but he said the Son of Man comes eating and drinking, and they call him a drunk. So what do you drink that they call you a drunk? It's definitely not Zobo.
Definitely not Fanta.
Definitely not. So we need to understand, first of all, the concept of the world has been diluted by mistranslation. The world was never the nightclub. The world was never secular music. The world was religion. We'll be back in a moment. Hi guys, Wave is now SendWave. As from the 14th of August, it will now be easier for the SendWave community to find us on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. Be rest assured, we are the exact same company, committed to providing no-fee instant transfers. The name is the only thing that's changing. No action is needed on your part to keep using the app as usual. And, of course, there's a Daddy Freeze promo. Initially, it was $5 or £5, but guess what? Right now, it's $10 if you're sending Wave from the US, and £10. 10 British pounds if you're sending Wave from the UK. Send Wave, the easiest, safest, most reliable, and most rewarding money transfer, straight from your phone to any bank account in Nigeria. All right, guys. Welcome back after dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters, and today we have a kind of funny topic, not a regular topic. It's because it's leaning on music and church. I decided to bring it here, and I wanted us to trash it out. I'm not going to talk as much. I'm going to allow you to air your opinions, but I'm also going to try to correct some misconceptions, especially the ones that we saw on Mike Bamiloye's post, who says, this is what he said, and this is the part. You have abandoned the Lord who raised you and have begun to sing for the clubs and the world. The clubs and the world. First of all, I showed you scripturally in Matthew chapter 26, 3 and 4 says, then the chief priest and the elders of the people assembled at the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas, and they schemed to arrest Jesus secretly and kill him. Now, if you verify that from John 15:18, it says, if the world hates you, keep it in mind that it hated me first. Now, all the disciples were killed by the world, who hated them, just the way Christ was killed. And who killed him? False religion, not the nightclubs. So the world, we've been taught that, you're going to the nightclub, you're going into the world. That's a lie from the pit of hell. The nightclubs are not the world. The world is false religion, and false religion is always what kills Christ. Always. Murders him over and over again. Now, when it comes to the church, I also have some issues. You are telling people not to go out and sing to the public where they appreciate it. You appreciate Wizkid. Mm-hmm. You appreciated Davido. Davido came from the church. That I know. I remember talking to him and Shino Rambo, I think. And they said he got his production skills from the church because he used to play keyboards in the church. I think techno also came from the church.
Majority of
Majority.
Quite a lot of people came from the church. If they were appreciated,
Yeah,
do you think they would
leave?
Appreciated in what terms?
Proper terms.
Yeah.
Listen, if Davido could do what he's doing
No.
in the church, do you think he'd leave? Let's imagine. Now, when it comes to pastors who have, I like to be as honest as possible. I do not believe in Chris Oyakhilome's doctrine, for instance, but I
Okay.
cannot look away from the what he has done
Oh yeah, that's true.
for
Yeah.
gospel musicians. I was watching Nedu's video the other day. Nedu was in Frank Edwards' house, and he was test driving Frank Edwards' white Corvette convertible.
Wow.
Frank Edwards came from
The church.
Yeah.
Chris.
Love World.
Chris Oyakilome. Same thing with Sinach. Same thing with. If you take 10 big gospel names, I can guarantee you between 7 and 8
It's from Love World.
came from Christ Embassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but apart from Oyakhilome, who else can we give that credit? Now, look at what Yomi Black, for instance, said. Yomi Black asked Mike Bamiloye that if you can point to artists that you have done half of what Davido did for Lati, then you'd have a point. So a lot of these people come and first of all they get it wrong and then they criticize the secular musicians. Now we have to understand that there's feel-good music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't move it away. I don't like. You see, music is a message. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Even in a song like that Naira Marley song, which I don't want to mention, there's still a message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Music is the first avenue of man to let out his frustration, especially when the government or the system is failing.
And not
Yeah.
everyone would do gospel or that kind of songs,
You know,
Yeah.
like because I understand where he's coming from. Because even when you look at someone called Davido, I don't think Davido curses a lot in songs. I don't think he sings about love.
Look at Davido. Listen to me. Tell me. Davido's song
Yeah.
with Chris Brown.
Most very
Yeah,
good.
it's about love. But
Is
then
that a
again,
bad song?
a lot of
No,
people
it's
can
not.
relate to what he's saying. I mean, I would
Brown
like to
Skin
look-
Girl. Brown
No.
Skin Girl.
Oh, that's a
Wizkid.
beautiful
It's a
song.
beautiful song.
Yes.
Is that a worldly song? So
No.
if he said, you know what, guys, especially you that came from the church, watch the words
You use.
you use.
Yeah.
But
Because
but,
that way I'd understand, but that you're leaving the church and you're serving the devil
yeah,
at
but
the
that's
nightclub.
indirectly what he means, though. That's
I've
indirectly
been
what
to
he
a
means.
nightclub and they played Kirk Franklin before. You ever been to a nightclub where they played that time when
Yeah,
Stomp
that-
when Stomp was ringing? I heard it in nightclubs. There are some gospel songs that make it to the nightclubs.
That's right. But I feel like what he's trying to say is not that they shouldn't sing what they're singing or anything like that, but it's that maybe the lyrics of their songs,
Worldly.
Then say
So-
that. Don't start to use powerful words like you're getting a gift from Christ
and
and,
you-
you're
and
handing it
giving
to
it to
the
the
devil.
devil.
Somehow
Yeah, that
your
statement
song
is
should
wrong.
If there's
appreciate
anything
God
or
something.
anyone,
It doesn't have to be religious. It doesn't have to be a gospel song. But I feel like it's just a message that they should watch their lyrics, because trust me, we've had too many of these songs with lyrics that can really not do anything for anybody. I mean, lyrics is what is entertaining to a lot of us, right? Apart from the beats of the song and stuff like that. I like to listen to good music that when I listen to what they're saying in the music, it can be, impactful some way. Do you understand? So I feel like that's what he's trying to say, even though he had said it in a very,
But when he's saying come
Not
back
good.
and do what?
come back and do what? Come back and do what? That's the
Leave the
question I would
gift
ask.
you've already
Come
given
back
to them
and do
and
what?
come back to Christ.
Are you going to pay them the
Christ.
same fee they're getting paid for? Okay, they're paying some of them maybe $20,000. Are you going to pay them?
What is $20,000? You think Davido or Wizkid?
Any
$20,000
show for
is probably their
$20,000.
lunch money. I don't think
100.
Burna Boy will not take less than $100,000. If he does, you'd have to be very lucky, at least from my opinion and my evaluation of him. I don't think you could get any of those people, any of them, for less than $100,000-$200,000. Many of them actually charge more
Statement was
than
not really nice.
foreign artists.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So they're growing. It's an industry that is growing where much else is not growing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Much else is not growing.
Afrobeats is growing.
Afrobeat is growing. Now, the UK audience wants to claim it as their own. The
Yeah.
US wants to claim it as their own. Look at techno, for instance, working with Drake.
Beyonce working with African artists, jumping on the
Wizkid
Afrobeat
as well.
craze, which is a good thing, right?
It's an awesome thing. So we need to take it and we need to understand. First of all, we need to be careful with words we use.
Exactly.
Because anyone who is a certain level of intelligent would find what this pastor said offensive.
Yeah.
You
His
don't
statements
tell
were
a
very
generation
nice.
where nothing is really working that they should stop singing and come and start singing for church.
You should come back to the source.
I don't think the message is necessarily coming back to sing for the church or anything, but it's just
I had to hail
in
my
your
That
brother.
was what he
I had to
said.
hail
I
my
don't
brother
think
Yomi Black. And here's what Yomi Black said. You know, Yomi Black is an actor. He faulted the clergyman. You could see it on my Instagram post or on Linda KG's blog. He said, Linda KG's blog reported that Yomi Black has faulted the clergyman over his Instagram post, asking music stars and actors who began their career inside the church to return to the house of God. First of all, that's another big misconception. The church is not a house of God. Acts chapter 7 and 24, Acts chapter 7 and 48, and Acts chapter 17 and 24 clearly say God does not live in temples built by human hands. He's there in the scriptures, and it was taken from the Old Testament. So he doesn't
God does not live.
he doesn't live in that.
But God lives where there are 2 or 3 people gathered.
Yes,
in
this
his
is the
name.
house of God.
We
So
are the
like in the
temple.
church, in the temple as well, when we go there, 2 or 3 people are gathered in the name of the Lord.
We are the
right?
temple.
Okay,
We are the
if,
temple.
if we are gathered in the name of the Lord here,
Yeah.
could here be a
This-
temple?
This is a
church.
temple. That's it.
If
It's not a
we're
temple,
gathered
guys.
in the name of the Lord in the church as well, that's
Yeah,
also
but
in
what
a
is
building we
not
call
coming to
church,
the house of
it's a
God
temple.
is faulted because where we are now is the house
The thing
of
is,
God.
the fact that you gather 2 or 3 people in the church.
If we sat
doesn't-
down here in an Uber, if this conversation was had in an Uber, it becomes the house of God. 1 Peter chapter 2 and 5, clear.
So you
I
don't
know-
find
gathered
God
in
there,
church,
God finds you
then if
there
he's
because
there,
there's
what
2
would
or
you
3.
say?
So, but
church.
isn't there
Huh?
a
When they gather
temple?
in church in the name of God,
Yes.
he's there.
When they gather there, but
But
it
that's the
doesn't make
thing.
it the house of
Because-
God. You are the house of God. God does not live in buildings. So
Yeah.
if the church is there and there's nobody inside it, the church is not the house of God. You are the house of God. So I fault that statement also. Now the actor
Oh my goodness.
said Bamiloye has never done for his choir members anything that can beat what Davido has done for his personal assistant Lati.
Call Latin.
You understand? I think Latina owns
What
the
you
house.
guys?
Yeah,
Anika?
Anika.
Look, Whiskey's
House
bodyguard
owner.
just bought a house.
What's a house?
Yes, yes. It's
But
true.
you know what Christ says as well, right? All of these things
Hold
is
on,
nothing,
hold on. Yeah.
right?
All of these
Vanity.
things are
All of these
nothing.
things are
I
vanity.
agree, including the church
So-
building.
Yes.
Including the church building.
Yes.
It's all
Yeah,
vanity.
Yes.
yeah, it's all vanity. So
The
we should not
message is
even
in
be
your heart.
measuring. We
Yeah.
should not even be measuring our physical and material accomplishments.
Oh yes,
to-
I
to
agree.
what-
I agree with that line of thought, but I also one of the messages of Christ is lifting people up.
Okay.
Okay,
Davido has done more lifting up
Up.
of people.
You don't
than-
even. It doesn't. You lifting people
That-
up
that
does
is
not
true.
necessarily mean that you are giving them money or you're building houses for them and stuff like
There
that.
are many people
Spiritually,
today.
you could lift people up.
Okay, I'm filled with the
I,
spirit.
I,
you-
you know me, I disagree with that.
If you give them,
If you're
money,
filled with the spirit, you could as well get those
spiritual
things.
support. You pray with them. You are there when they need you. You
Yeah,
encourage
pray with them, pray with them. We
You
still
encourage
are.
them.
Hold on.
Even if you're there
We
when
are
you
still
need-
where we are
Encourage
10
them.
years ago. And we pray with them and pray with them. Davido gives them house, gives them car, gives them Rolex.
Yeah.
Gives them
I don't
music
even
deal.
think he necessarily gets up and sends you money, but he puts you in a place for you to make money, which is the
Yeah.
thing. We're not exactly.
We're not saying I don't like the place to make money narrative. Puts you
Okay.
in a place where you can
Be
take care of yourself.
Yourself. Okay,
Where you
yes.
can be useful to yourself and your, because if it's just about making money, making money is not good enough. Adding value. For instance, now if Naomi was earning, she'll be able to take care of 1 or 2 people from her family. She'll be able to invest here and there. I'll give you an example. A friend was marketing a forex deal to me. He said, if I bring less than 5 million naira, I'll get 15% of my money. But if I bring 50 million naira, I'll get only 5%. I'm like, when I bring 50 million, shouldn't you be giving me more? He said no, that they actually want to discourage people from putting so much money in forex so there can be more money in sustainable businesses. Meaning, if I sit down, let me give you an example. If Cool FM's employee could make, Cool FM's owner, for instance, could
Yeah.
make 15% of his capital profit every month, why does he have to hire all these people? Let him just take the money, put it there, sit down somewhere, sipping
True.
some champagne and just cleaning out 15% monthly.
Yeah.
So they want to encourage people to employ, look at Cool FM. I could tell you.
However,
do you know how many people are on? Do you know, without Cool FM, listen, without a church in my life, I'll still have been where I am today. Without Cool FM in my life, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So Cool FM is contributing more to the economy than the church.
But Daddy Freeze, I don't think it's fair for us to pick and choose where to stand when it comes to things like this. Now, I don't support the fact that you support what Yomi Black has said, because he's comparing what Davido has done in the life of Lati to what Mr. Mike Bamiloye has done to people. First of all, if you're a teacher of the scriptures, right, and you know that Jesus Christ said it, that he does. The wealth and luxury that we see today is not from him.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly. So I don't think it's right for him to say, oh, what Davido
No,
has
but
done.
there's
okay, I
also
think
the
what-
angle of Davido taking care of Lati and making sure that Lati
So
is...
it's possible that he takes
fine.
care of the people around him. Maybe not as much as Davido.
Okay, so why
Yeah,
did anyone
so-
come to say so?
Now we expect Mike Bamiloye
yeah.
to respond to
He
Yomi
doesn't
Black.
have to. No, but he doesn't.
but
have
I
to
mean,
respond
do
to
that.
it.
He won't
He will
And
respond.
Jesus Christ helped somebody in the Bible and said, "Go and tell nobody." Right? Go and
Yeah.
don't tell anybody about it. So
But he also
you don't
helped
have
some
to come
people
back
and
and
said,
tell
present
people.
yourself to the priest.
You don't have to tell people every time you
No,
help
but the
them.
thing
Oh
is,
my
if you're
goodness,
trying to
Daddy
tell
Freeze.
people-
No, you don't.
it's like if I'm trying to tell you, Naomi, leave what you're doing and come back. I have to give you reasons as to why you need to come. Who have I helped? I don't just tell you come back and you come back because I've
Do you
said
know how
so.
many people became frustrated because they left the secular world and went? Mace, for
And,
example,
well-
who remembers Mace?
Yes.
Pastor Mason Better. Hunger, kill him.
Lecrae.
Let's take
Yeah,
phone calls.
We are done. Daddy Freeze. After that is
No. We need phone calls. People need to call us and abuse me on this particular thing. I got La Bomba in the building. Big shout out to La Booms. La Boombox. All right. Take away that shekere so I can see the people calling us. 2710969, 2711969, 2712969, and 2713969. Are you on Mike Bamiloye's side or are you on Yemi Black's side over this particular argument? Let us know, people. Here we go. Hello, sir. What's your name?
My name is Benga.
All right, Benga, go ahead.
Okay. I need to say something about this issue tonight. Taking my Bamiloye comment. You see, there's one thing that we need to get clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
There's one thing that we need to get clear. The circular, if you take the circular singer and the so-called gospel singer,
He's saying that if it is the pastors, you people will say don't judge. But if it's the gospel musicians, you people tell them, hey, go ahead, judge them. Right?
yes, that's what I mean. People will say don't do. Some people will say don't judge, that they are reaping the fruit of their labor, and then nobody pays them. Nobody pays them the tithe.
Well, agreeably so. We'll just take one more call and get out of your faces. 2710969, 2711969, 2712969, and 2713969. After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters, Mike Bamiloye and Yomi Black. Mike Bamiloye says gospel musicians should use their gift only for the church and bring it back to the church. While Yomi Black has said, if Mike Bamiloye can show us who he has helped, the way Davido has helped Lati, then we'll be able to have a reason to understand this particular statement.
Helping is not necessarily about money. Not everything is about money, and not everything is about money.
Are you sure?
No, but seriously,
Coming from you,
From you.
like, whoa.
That's what I'm trying to find out. What is it about here?
no,
She
not
doesn't
every
need
time- Not
money.
every help is about money. It's not. Everything must not be money.
Any help that is not money is
Money.
help. All right, we've got a call coming through. I'm just joking. After Dark with Daddy Freeze and the Lobsters, very last caller on this topic. How are you doing?
Oh, Daddy Freeze, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead, sir.
Very interesting topic, right? I'm supposed to say there's no basis for comparison.
Many of them got the gospel wrong, so I do not believe that.
Right, though. I mean, there's much more pastors. There's much more we could do, as you know, as a church in terms of national development, which unfortunately we're
They're
not
not doing. Yes.
I agree.
We're not there yet, but that doesn't mean that the basic, the fundamental role that the church should play, which is soulish prosperity, should be downplayed. I mean, this is a governmental problem, and it just looks like.
So let me ask you a question. On whose side are you on? Mike Bamiloye or Yomi Black?
Mike Bamiloye, definitely.
Well, I would have been on Yomi Black's standpoint if he hadn't
Compared it materially.
yeah, said who has he helped. I mean, like, I don't know who he helped. It's probably a private thing, but for him to say, for Mike to say that church people should only focus on the church, I think that's the mentality that's kept the church from impacting the country and not really think outside, just doing church, but really finding where national development fits up with, your beliefs and your faith generally.
Thank you very much. That was a very, very wonderful comment and to the topic. Thank you so much, everyone. We love you for being a part of this. Now, remember, Daddy Freeze is going to Dubai. Yes, so you have to start calling this number. Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. During the day, I'm a humble staff of Cool FM, and Cool FM brought me from where I was a copper when I joined in 2001 to the leader of a nation where I am today. Thank you very much, Cool FM. And to celebrate Cool FM this October, as Cool FM turns 21, we are going to Oman, Kenya, and Dubai. Yes, and you could be a part of this. All you need to do is call this number, 0808-262-2410. 0808-262-2410. You can pay in installments, like Nigerian man will say, instrumentally. Yes, come and hang out with me in Dubai, Oman, and Kenya. You need to be there. It's going to be an absolute blast. And you get the opportunity to sit down with me and argue with me. It's worth it. Hey guys, Wave is now SendWave. As from the 14th of August, it will now be easier for the SendWave community to find us on the App Store and on the Google Play Store. Be rest assured, we are the exact same company, committed to providing no-fee instant transfers. The name is the only thing that's changing. No action is needed on your part to keep using the app as usual. And, of course, there's a Daddy Freeze promo. Initially, it was $5 or £5, but guess what? Right now, it's $10 if you're sending Wave from the US, and £10, 10 British pounds if you're sending Wave from the UK. Send Wave, the easiest, safest, most reliable, and most rewarding money transfer straight from your phone to any bank account in Nigeria.